For years Rick Harrison said nothing. Fans speculated, rumors spread, and the queen of rare books disappeared from the gold and silver pawn shop without a real explanation. Now the silence is broken. And what's behind it is not what most people expected. It isn't a secret legal battle. It isn't a personal falling out. What Rick Harrison has finally acknowledged, through his actions, his words, and the way the show changed after she left, is something more uncomfortable. Rebecca Romney made him look bad. Repeatedly. Professionally. On camera. And he couldn't stop it. Here is how it worked. Rick's business model depends on doubt. If he can make a seller uncertain about the value of what they're holding, he buys low and profits high. It's not dishonest, it's pawn shop economics. But Rebecca operated on a completely different principle. She saw the value first and the price second. The moment she walked in, Rick's leverage evaporated. A rare military manual arrived that Rick had internally priced at $5,000 or $6,000. He was planning to offer $3,000. Rebecca examined it and said clearly, "This is an $18,000 book." Rick paid $11,000. $8,000 of profit, gone. Because Rebecca told the truth. This happened so consistently that it became a pattern. Rick would bring her in to verify authenticity, because he genuinely needed that protection, and she would verify the value too, whether he wanted her to or not. He needed her. He also couldn't afford her. That tension was always going to reach a breaking point. What made it worse was that Rebecca's reputation was growing far beyond the pawn shop. In 2014 she moved to Philadelphia when Bauman Rare Books expanded. By 2016 she was in New York City working with one of the most respected rare book dealers in the country. Then she co-founded her own firm in Washington, D.C. With every move, the gap between her world and Rick's widened. After she left, the show changed noticeably. The deep dives into rare manuscripts and antiquarian history gave way to signed Stephen King novels and graded comic books. Rick began attempting to appraise books himself, and there was always a visible hesitation, a moment where you could see him missing the certainty she used to provide. He became more cautious, more defensive, more reluctant to engage seriously with the written word. The show eventually admitted it couldn't replace her. When Pawn Stars Do America filmed on the East Coast in 2022 and 2023, they called Rebecca. She came. She looked like a woman who had built an empire. Rick looked like someone visiting a colleague who had long since surpassed him. Rick Harrison breaking his silence on Rebecca isn't a dramatic confession. It's in what he stopped saying. He stopped pretending the book segments were the same without her. He stopped pretending someone could fill the gap she left. He simply kept running his shop in a world where the smartest person in the room was no longer standing next to him. That is what the silence was always about. Not scandal. Not betrayal. Just the quiet, uncomfortable admission that some people are simply too good to keep.